Avast ye landlubbers, and welcome back to Moving Right Along, a Muppet movie podcast brought to you by toughpigs.com. This is the podcast where we watch Muppet Treasure Island 2 minutes at a time and talk about it a lot. I'm your host, Ryan Rowe.
I'm your other host, Anthony Strand.
And hey, we have a return guest back with us this week. We're excited to have him back with us. Guest, please tell our listeners who you are.
I'm Patrick Cotnoir. What if I introduced myself as Blind Pew? That's what I almost did, but then I couldn't figure out who the funniest person would be to say.
You could have.
I could have. Should we take it again, but don't delete this so everyone knows?
Yes, let's do that.
Okay, let's do it one more time.
Guest, please tell our listeners who you are.
I'm Blind Pew. That wasn't funny. It wasn't
What?
worth it.
Blind Pew?
Oh, it wasn't worth it.
Blind Pew is here. Our friend Matt Wilkie once introduced himself as Santa Claus.
Wow.
I guess that was last season for Christmas Carol.
Sure.
And then we weren't sure how long he was going to stay in character as Santa Claus, so that was fun.
We love Matt Wilkie.
But
Yes.
Matt Wilkie also introduced himself as Paul Williams, or he said Paul Williams was next week, I think.
Oh, yeah.
In first season in Muppet Movie. And then we ended up getting him for Christmas
We
Carol.
did
for
get
real.
Paul
So
Williams
that was,
eventually.
Yes.
yeah, that was a thrill.
There we go.
It was a thrill to have Matt on every year, and it was a thrill to have Paul Williams on as well.
Indeed.
Equal
And to have-
levels of
Very different
excitement.
ways.
Yeah.
And to have Blind Pew, and to have Patrick. So Patrick, thanks for being with us.
There we go. Good way to bring it around. Thank you for having me.
Yes, and today we are talking about minutes 25 and 26 of Muppet Treasure Island, in which Long John Silver is nice to Jim and the boys, and we meet Polly Lobster. So we begin here with Long John finishing his thought from last week, telling the boys that they're always welcome to help themselves in his kitchen. And Rizzo is thrilled to hear this. He kind of runs and then jumps and does a dive like he's on a slip and slide. And then he starts devouring an entire whole roasted chicken. So I hope Long John wasn't saving any of that for the rest of the crew, because it's going to be gone soon.
The sound effect of Rizzo digging into that chicken, the first shot of it, is pretty gross, I think.
But then that
It's
shot...
very, like,
Yeah.
wet and...
The second shot, though, when they go back and it looks like a chainsaw's going at it, I like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
yeah,
great. That's
funny.
great. I
Yeah.
love that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know how they do that, but there might just be another puppeteer or a stagehand under the set, just like throwing like handfuls of.
But it was like, it was going pretty strong. Like, it looked
Yeah.
like it had, I don't know, maybe a fan or something. I'm not sure how you do that.
Oh,
or,
yeah, just to keep projecting it
Like
up.
what do you call it? A leaf blower? Like something like a tiny leaf blower?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They got to figure out ways to do this stuff on a Muppet movie. So Long John then comments that Rizzo has a healthy appetite. And he says to Gonzo, "How about you, funny face?" Which seems a little rude, but we know that Gonzo probably won't be offended. It's also possible that Long John thinks Gonzo looks like Audrey Hepburn in the 1957 movie Funny Face, which
There
should
it is.
be a compliment. So, did you also have that in your notes, Anthony?
No, I did not.
Funny
but
face.
as soon as you started it, by the way, Audrey Hepburn's co-star in Funny Face is Fred Astaire, a person born in the same century this book was written.
So. Oh, no.
Oh boy!
Oh, my God.
He was born in 1899. But
Wow.
still, he's 30 years older than Audrey, and he
now
looks it.
I'm afraid to ask, but what year was Audrey Hepburn born?
1929.
Yeah.
Go! Like, here's the thing: she had a lot of older co-stars, right? Cary Grant,
Yes.
Humphrey Bogart, Gregory
Right.
Peck, but he looks like her grandpa, and like. Funny Face seems like a romance between a woman and her grandpa's charming friend. Like, it really does. You know?
Well,
What year is
Good
Funny
movie.
Face?
ruin Funny Face for me.
57. So he's 58 and she's
58.
28.
Oof.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Oof.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
Wow.
Thank God that kind of thing never happens anymore. Right? We're all done
Never
with that.
Yeah, you know, I
happens.
was about to say things were different then, and
Uh-huh.
then I remembered that they still
That
kind
they're
of do
not.
that sometimes.
I can't remember if we talked about it, but it's a Muppet movie villain, so I'm saying it again. Charles Grodin in Beethoven is 57.
Yes.
Bonnie Hunt is 31.
Yeah, I think that has come up.
And they
before.
play a couple who are like presumed to be the same age or like a normal aged.
Also a couple
Yeah.
with preteen children, right?
I think that I feel like the daughter's got to be a teenager. The
I
Nicole
think so,
Tom
yeah.
character,
Yeah.
right? She's got to be 15 or something.
Oh, no, Chuck. Chuck, what are you doing, buddy?
It's horrifying.
I don't want to dwell on this subject too long, but just last night I was watching Paddington 2 with some preteen friends of the family, and one of them, looking at the thumbnail with the whole cast, was like, are they supposed to be married? Why does he look like he's so much older than her? Referring to Hugh Bonneville and Sally Hawkins.
Oh, sure.
So
are they together in that movie? I can't remember.
They are married.
They are married.
And the actors are 13 years apart, we determined, which is,
sure,
could be worse, but still, that's quite a gap.
Sure.
So, anyway, back in Muppet Treasure Island, Long John tosses Gonzo an apple, and this is one of those things that most people never actually think about when they're not watching it 2 minutes at a time, but of course, Gonzo can't actually catch an apple in his hands. He's not even a live hand puppet. So what's probably happening is Tim Curry is just throwing an apple and it's landing on the floor or on a pad or somebody's catching it off camera. And then Gonzo already has an apple attached to his hand that he pulls up into the frame. And we can see it.
Which is so simple, but it's so effective. It works completely.
And there's a sound effect when he catches it, so you really believe that that's when it's happening.
It is very fun. I'd never noticed it before, because usually they'll do like a second shot. Like it'll cut to another shot, and then the apple will be in the hand or something like that. But the person I was watching it with, who had never seen it before, called that out. Like immediately called that out, and I was like, how have I never noticed that until you, a first-time viewer, saw it? But it's very silly. It's very funny. Very silly.
These movies are full of stuff like that.
Yeah.
Gonzo says, "My name is Gonzo, and the guy in your chicken is Rizzo." And that's when we see the little flecks spraying everywhere.
That's when we cut to the sawdust.
Yes. Rizzo pauses just long enough to raise up his paw and go, "Yo." And then Long John addresses Jim and says, "You must be Master Hawkins." Which is kind of like, is that his normal accent in this movie, or is he kind of putting on a more sort of like formal, upper class?
Yeah,
like
it feels
Master Hawkins.
Feels formal. Yeah, feels like he's like as though Jim is part of the aristocracy or something, right? Like he's putting on airs, right? Like that's.
I think that's what he's going for. Yeah. Jim says yes, sir, but Long John says he does not need to call him sir. So right here, this is how a cool adult authority figure indicates to a kid that like I'm the cool laid back version of an adult, so you don't have to be so formal around me. Kind of like a a cool church youth director. Like, don't call me Mr. so and so, call me by my first name, that kind of thing. So now here we've been calling this guy Long John Silver, but he hasn't actually said his own name until now. He introduces himself as Long John Silver. Of course, we know, but Jim doesn't know that he is also the owner of a popular chain of seafood, fast food restaurants. But he tells Jim and the boys here that he is the ship's cook. Jim says, "We're just cabin boys." Long John does this thing where he puts a finger on his nose.
Yeah.
And says, "Long John," to his friends, "and believe me, lad, a friend you can trust is worth his weight in gold. There's many a dark-hearted scoundrel at these ports."
So are we gonna talk about the finger to the nose?
Yeah,
gesture?
I have a few little notes on that. Did you look that up?
So I bet some of yours are the same as mine, which is that I think of it as a very British gesture.
Yes, very much so.
And I think primarily because Eric Idle does it in the nudge nudge wink wink sketch.
Yeah,
it's say no more. And he does the.
It's also, you see it at least once in the movie Brazil. I remember a character who's saying something in confidence to Jonathan Pryce.
It's also from The Sting.
Finger across the nose.
It's a big thing in The Sting.
Oh, right.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's in The Sting, yep.
It's also when you want to tell someone you're looking for some fun party drugs.
Oh.
That's
a different
movie.
Like,
yeah.
Ryan and I are both learning that for the first time. But the other one that I think of is the opposite of that, which is that Tom Baker does it in the Doctor Who 50th anniversary special.
I got bad news for you about Tom Baker. He's looking for fun party drugs.
He was asking for party drugs.
He's asking Matt Smith for some fun party drugs.
Oh no.
No, but it's so I don't know. I think of it as British because they do it on Monty Python and Doctor Who.
Yeah. Well, I found something on a website called superlinguo.com that said the gesture is in the UK, Malta, and some areas of Italy, France, and Belgium. And it can be used to indicate sniffing out trouble or sharing a secret. So,
is Long John Silver's the only restaurant named after a Muppet villain that the Muppets also did commercials for?
Yes, because they never did Doc Hopper's
They
ads,
never
right?
did Doc Hopper's ads.
I can only assume.
Yeah.
Although, as we've discussed on the podcast, it's weirdly not the only restaurant chain named after a fictional sailor, because Popeyes exists,
Oh, sure.
right?
Oh, yeah. Although the official company line is that Popeyes is named after Popeye Doyle from the French Connection, but I don't buy that. I've never bought that.
Why would Gene Hackman own such an establishment?
Supposedly the character loves fried chicken. I think you can find this on the Popeyes website or
Yeah.
somewhere.
Oh, okay.
But I don't even, maybe he eats fried chicken in one scene of the movie.
I mean, it absolutely feels like, oh no, we don't want to get sued. Let's say it's based on something else, you know?
Right. Because they did have Popeye characters. Like when I was a kid, there was Popeye, in their marketing.
Yeah.
But
Popeye
then
the
I guess-
Sailor was in their marketing.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah. So when they lost that license or that deal, I guess they had to come up with another explanation for why it was called
And
that.
this is the perfect movie to discuss this on, because suing people over names of food,
Oh,
It's
yeah.
true.
you
It's
know,
gonna
it all
happen,
comes back.
yeah.
We are going to get to
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Spoilers for anyone listening.
Yes,
Sorry.
that's a good teaser for people who don't know already. So Jim asks if Long John means pirates. Long John shushes him. And then this prompts the entrance of a new character. Long John introduces his pet lobster, Polly. He says, raised him from a fingerling I did, as fine a crustacean as a man could ask for.
I love when he says, as fine a crustacean as a man could ask for. Polly, shakes his head in this very, proud way.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
he's just,
He's
he's so happy to be described as a fine crustacean.
well, that's nice. Good for him. Good for both of them. I did look up fingerling on the Merriam-Webster website, and it's a small fish, especially up to 1 year of age. Technically, crustaceans are not fish, so...
Well, because it's a type of potato, too.
Yeah, that's what
Fingerling
I think of
potato, yes.
fingerlings as being
Right.
potatoes. Yeah.
So maybe that's what he meant. He raised this lobster from a potato.
Yeah. I don't know.
But I mean, although he's a cook on a ship, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of standards we should hold Long John Silver to as far as getting his fish terminology correct. So Polly, any general thoughts on Polly? He kind of doesn't end up having as much to do in the movie as you might think from this
I
introduction.
was genuinely surprised, because I haven't seen this movie in a couple of years, but genuinely surprised watching it, realizing how much the three of them, the Mad Monty, Clueless Morgan, Polly trio, they don't really do a lot in this movie. And I think my memory of, they're around and stuff, but my memory of them, I guess, comes from, was it a sing-along video that they...
There is, the Muppet Treasure Island
I
thing
think
along,
I
which
just
guess we'll get
watched
to
that a
later in the
bunch,
season.
maybe, because I remembered them being such, bigger deals in my brain.
He has his own song on that. It's like Old Bad Polly had a bogey,
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
But also, I think what they do get to do in this movie is fun.
Yes.
They are a memorable trio
Yeah.
of characters.
Yeah,
you know?
Definitely.
And I think Polly's design is awesome. I think that's such a cool.
Oh, yeah,
looking
he
puppet.
looks great. Yeah.
I think all three of them look great. The thing with this movie, I look, Anthony, I know the thoughts on this movie. I know you want me to like it, right? And good news.
Not even.
And
Not
good-
even. I want everyone to have honest opinion.
But good news, I do like it. So that's the perfect win here. The thing about this movie is there are so many cool looking characters in this movie that are basically in this movie, and then that is it. And it makes me sad because Polly's such a cool design. Clueless is such a cool design. He's in Muppets Tonight a little bit, and I guess Polly's in Muppets Tonight a little bit too. But there's so many of these characters that you never see again, and I'm like, these puppets are dust at this point. You know what I mean? Probably most of them.
Yeah.
And it's such a
Some
shame.
of them are recycled from Fraggle Rock and popped up in the background of Muppet Christmas Carol. But then, not really. Again, a few of them were in the Winged Monkeys motorcycle gang and Muppets Wizard of Oz. But then, yeah, I guess that's kind of it for a lot of them.
I mean, we're going to see, who is it? Real old Tom and dead Tom in Haunted Mansion as the mummy and the
that's
skeleton.
true. Yeah, yeah.
Sure.
So I guess they've just been in storage somewhere.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember the name. Oh, Calico. I like Calico so much.
That's the pink
It's
one?
the pink one who's in Muppets Wizard of Oz. And I guess he's in Muppets Most Wanted, too. I don't remember that, but he's in Muppets Most Wanted.
Yeah, that's the other
probably
thing.
in the Gulag.
Yeah. He's a prisoner.
Calico so we mentioned Eric Idle earlier, but
Yeah.
Calico, that's what I've always called him, is the Eric Idle Muppet. 'Cause he looks like him, intentionally or not.
Shout out to our friend Smig, Chris Smigliano. I always think about, shortly after this movie came out, he did a Mad Magazine style parody of it in Muppet Zine, the print fanzine predecessor to Tough Pigs, and he had that character wearing a button that said Eric Idle Fan Club. So
that's really funny.
I always think about that when I see that.
I'm sure I read that.
Calico also has the most Star Wars detail on his Muppet Wiki, which is that he was named in the video game. He was not named in the movie. And that just feels like such a Star Wars thing where they're like, he's named on like a trading card somewhere that got released once.
Right. Yeah, we've been kind of remiss, I guess, in not keeping up with things that happen in the CD-ROM as they happen in the movie. I'm going to try to remedy that soon.
Yeah, you guys are really letting down the fans.
But a few people are familiar with it, and they've filled us in on it.
I definitely
talk about it.
Yeah, I definitely played it when I was a kid. Ryan and I talked about this a little bit before, but I was 4 when this movie came out, and it's kind of the perfect age for that. You know what I mean? Like, it's the silliest Muppet movie, I think. And it's had probably the most like ancillary materials to it, where it's like it's got a sing along VHS, it's got a computer game,
sure
it's got all this stuff. So I think it was perfect timing. So this movie is the McDonald's toys, like it had so many things. So this movie is very much ingrained in my brain. And when I was watching it last night, my friend was like, "How many times have you seen this?" And I was like, 100? Like, I genuinely don't know, because I probably watched this like every day when I got the VHS.
But you also had so much of the merchandise.
That's true. I'm a big merch hound.
Yeah. I had Muppets inside, but I had the Windows 95 PC with the CD-ROM drive, but I just never, it was harder to find a specific computer game in those days if I didn't have it at my local Walmart, or I couldn't find it at Best Buy or Circuit City. There was no way to get my hands on it. So yeah, that one kind of passed me by.
So I didn't have the game, but I did have the Magic Ink book, Muppet Treasure Island Magic Pen painting book. And I think I've mentioned the like little kind of general store-ish store in my hometown, Hatton Store. Shout out to the owner, Sutin Sorowat. He kind of just stopped buying new product in about 1996, but kept the store open for another 25 years or so. And I bought a Muppet Treasure Island Magic Ink book when it was new, and I bought another one like right after Roz and I got married when we were in my hometown. Some ladies from our hometown bought us a gift certificate to the Hatton Store, and one of the things we spent it on, was Muppet Treasure Island Magic Ink book. This was 2011.
So Magic Ink, in case anybody doesn't know, those are the sort of like you flip the pages and it's a blank page, and it's like use the magic pen to reveal what Kermit is looking at, kind of thing, right? Yeah. So yeah, those are fun.
The peak of culture in the mid '90s. The highest thing you could give to a kid, where they're like, "Oh my gosh, this is the coolest thing I've ever seen in my entire life," was that kind of thing. Yeah.
So they still make the ones where it's like the same pen reveals different colors when you color over something. Like, do you know what I'm talking about? Where it's like you just use the marker, but like the page is treated so different spot.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So it's the page. It's not the marker that's somehow making it turn different colors. Yeah.
Because I know we have Encanto of that, like in my home right now.
Oh, because that was going to be my next question. They're still doing licensed properties.
They're still doing those. I don't know about the like magic ink reveal a secret kind of ones, but Yeah, because
Okay.
Miles has one of those Encanto ones. I think he just finished
Cool.
it. I think he just filled it up. Yeah, he got it for Christmas.
That's fun. So, the other thing I just wanted to point out, Polly is apparently missing one of his claws, and he has a hook.
Oh yeah.
Which is a nice detail.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
I like that. Yeah, because he's a pirate parrot. Gonzo says he thought sailors had talking parrots as pets.
So
And
I think it's strange that Gonzo is the one who's surprised. Of these three characters, it's weird that Gonzo gets that line. The one who should be like, yeah, I'm into it. You know, it should be like, why isn't Jim? Why isn't the human boy questioning this?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. But Tim Curry looks completely perplexed by this, and like he and Polly just kind of stare at Gonzo for a second. Polly says, "What an imagination! What's next? A singing, dancing mouse with his own amusement park? Woohoo!"
Now,
And
I have a
Anthony,
question
I bet
about
you
this.
hate this joke.
No. I mean, I hate it because it's not funny. It's not because I have anything to do with. To be clear, I dislike this joke because it's not funny, not because it has anything to do with Disney parks.
Okay, no, that's not why I said that. I just said it because it's kind of a lazy pop culture.
Lazy pop
reference.
culture reference, exactly. But here's my thing about this joke. Is singing and dancing a way you would describe Mickey Mouse?
No, and I think that sometimes when I watch this movie,
Right,
get to that line.
he has certainly done both of those.
Well,
things,
here's
but,
my question.
Yeah.
Here's my
they're
question
not
to
what
both
he's
of
known
you.
for.
How would you describe Mickey Mouse? Describe Mickey's personality to me right now.
A
Cheerful.
happy-go-lucky mouse
Sure.
who hangs out with ducks and dogs.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
has his own amusement park. I don't know.
Yeah.
Something like
I would describe him as a guy who has a sweetie down by the chicken house. Neither fat nor skinny. She's the horse's Winnie. It's his little mini mouse. That's how I would describe him.
I like
Yeah, that's a
describing
great
him
song.
as a guy. I think that's
A guy.
funny. He's a guy.
Polly says, "What's next? A mouse who is a guy for some reason and has his own amusement park?"
A mouse who wears shorts but no shirt.
Sure.
Would that be funny? Probably not.
No.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. A mouse who's hidden?
Sometimes, yeah. No, it's not a great joke. I feel like they could have swapped this out for any number of other things that Polly could have been incredulous about.
Well,
But
it's fun. So, sorry, I got to look up the exact line.
now you got Minnie's Yoo-Hoo in my head.
Minnie's Yoo-Hoo rules. Minnie's Yoo-Hoo. Well, I was going to say, I know you don't like Space Jam as much as I do, Ryan.
I do not.
I also
But-
like Space Jam, so you're in.
Talk
you're
about
in
lazy
good
pop
company.
culture references.
Well, yes, of
But
course.
in Space Jam, which came out this same year, I think
Yes.
has a very similar but better joke, which is at the suggestion, Daffy says they should call their team the Ducks, and Bugs says, "What kind of Mickey Mouse operation would name their team the Ducks?"
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
You
that
know?
is a better joke. Yeah.
Referring to the Mighty Ducks
Now-
professional hockey
Right.
team.
Because you remember
I'll give you
that
that.
joke, Ryan, do you think Space Jam's a better movie now?
Better than I did 1 minute
Yeah.
ago. Like infinitesimally,
Okay.
maybe. It's like
We're getting
by
there,
a
Anthony.
fraction of a fraction of a fraction.
We're getting there. We can do this.
Did you remember that Wayne Knight is in it, Ryan?
I do
Good
remember
use of
Wayne,
Wayne
and
Knight.
Bill Murray.
Automatically one
Yes.
star higher because of Wayne Knight.
Yep. Mhm. Anyways, we can do Space Jam 2 minutes at a time later.
Oh, I'm sure somebody already has. Not
Probably.
that should stop us, but yeah. So then Long John smacks Polly off his perch, which I do like that little quick bit of Muppety slapstick. This I was also reminded just the fact that it's not a parrot; it's a different animal on Long John's shoulder. Have you seen an SNL sketch from 1988 where Dana Carvey and Kevin Nealon are pirates and they have other birds that are not
No.
parrots on their shoulders?
I don't
I
think
have
so.
not.
I was thinking about it and I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to put the link in the show notes. It's such a funny sketch. And I watched it on YouTube earlier today and it's really like nothing. It's not funny at all. I had seen it years and years
You
ago.
just saw
and
it when
thought
you were a
was so
child.
funny.
So
I
that-
guess, yeah.
I mean, that is
So,
kind of the SNL thing. where you remember some sketch and you're like,
but these are
this is the funniest.
These are the good years, though.
Well,
1988, Dana Carvey, Kevin Nealon. So one of them has a swan instead of a parrot, and the other one has a penguin instead of a parrot.
I mean, here's the thing. Even in its best eras, SNL is hit or miss. Like, you know that, Ryan.
Oh,
you
yeah,
know that.
I do.
And second of all, like, I don't know who originated the saying, the golden age of SNL is 12. But it's extremely true. You know?
Yeah, in this case, it was just a specific sketch that I thought was funny, and I was disappointed to find that it wasn't funny. Beyond just the premise, which you could explain in one sentence.
Right?
They should do that sometimes. They should just walk out, say the premise, and then be like, huh?
Yes.
And then leave.
Yes, it would save them so much money on building sets.
That actually reminds me of a recent-ish update where James Austin Johnson was doing his just like random celebrity impressions that he can only do like one line, so there's no room for them on the show. And one of them is Jay-Z, but he's downstairs yelling Beyonce up the stairs. And Colin Jost is like, how are you going to play Jay-Z? And he goes, that's the thing. He's downstairs, so you don't see him. And like, that's his whole pitch.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. So now Long John says he's going to give them a cook's tour of the ship. And he starts laughing a lot. And that's because, although it's not immediately obvious, this is wordplay. Because cook's tour is an idiomatic expression, going back to Merriam-Webster, which defines it as a rapid or cursory survey or review. And the origins of this phrase go back to 1841, when the British missionary Thomas Cook started organizing tours, basically running an early travel agency. And he eventually developed a reputation for, like, just his tours would be so fast, like you would barely get to get a good look at the stuff that you were seeing. So Cook's tour is an actual expression.
The perfect joke for kids.
Yes.
I thought this was supposed to be a kids movie. 1841 based puns. I thought this was supposed to be a kids movie.
But you do still hear it. This is why Anthony Bourdain's first Food Network, I don't know if it was his first, but one of his early Food Network series was called A Cook's Tour, where he was traveling all over the world and
no idea
looking at different restaurants and
there
stuff.
You go.
So, yeah. Then we cut to Rizzo, whose stomach is now very large.
Rizzo is so fat.
fun.
How fat is he?
He's so fat that there was nothing funny about him at all. Everyone liked him, but there was nothing funny about him at all.
Well, he says, if you're going to be the cook on this ship, Mr. Silver, I am definitely going to need bigger pants.
So, do we want to talk about our favorite examples of character eats a lot and then is fat trope? Or because
what are you thinking other than Mr. Creosote in Monty Python?
Mr. Creosote's a good one. So I was thinking of, there's a series of Peanuts strips where Sally goes to beanbag chair camp because she doesn't want to do anything all summer. And when she comes home from beanbag chair camp, she's extremely fat.
Oh, no.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Okay.
no. Charles.
Yeah. Yes. And here's the thing. The only reason this sticks in my mind is because the design of Fat Sally is so cute. Like, she's just this like
Cute?
bell-shaped little thing. He's so cute. She's just this little like bell-shaped thing comes waddling in, and she's like, beanbag chair camp was great. You know,
I would
That's
be
not
very curious to see how quickly she loses the weight in the comics.
it's just like Charlie Brown's like, you need to get on an exercise plan.
Yeah.
And then the next time we see her, she's back to her
Sure.
normal design.
I would just be curious to know when is the next time we see her. Like, is it a week? Is it 3 days?
Did he give it
Did he-
time for
right,
her to
yeah,
have
yeah.
conceivably lost
If he was like, ugh,
I don't know.
I can't bring her back yet. She couldn't have lost the weight by now.
I have the complete Peanuts. I have them all sitting upstairs. I'll let you know. I will report back.
Cookie Monster's done that a few times. Isn't he larger when he eats Susan and Gordon's Christmas tree?
Yeah, he has like
Christmas Eve
he
on
has like an
Sesame Street?
extended belly. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's
Distended.
similar. And yeah, I don't know. I know there are other examples.
I'm trying to Google. It's not good.
What are you Googling for?
Characters eating
Is
and
it on-
getting fat. That's it.
Yeah, maybe there's something on TV trips.
Yeah.
Probably is.
Oh,
I'm
does
sure.
it count Martin Short on Muppets Tonight when he has to eat
Mama
Does he
Fiamma's
have-
sauce.
Sure.
Oh, is that what it is? Yeah, and then he comes out. at
Look,
the
I
end.
think anything counts that you
Big.
want to count. We're
Okay.
making our own rules here.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right. Probably not a great trope.
Yeah.
In general,
Yeah.
where the joke is that somebody is fat.
Probably not a trope
No.
that happened that often anymore. I'm like thinking of like,
No, I wouldn't think.
well,
so.
there's Thor and Endgame.
Thor got fat.
Oh
that's
yeah,
true.
Which was-
that
He
was
did.
It was weird. It's weird.
Yeah, and then all these.
I
But
kinda
that was
hated
fun
that.
though because speaking as a fatty,
Okay,
it was fun because then all the fat nerds were like, "Now I look like Thor,"
sure.
and then it was like, "Well, no, not really though. He still looks like
The
Chris
rest of-
Hemsworth."
The rest of our body doesn't resemble Chris Hemsworth. And then they just kind of wrote it off so
Yeah.
quickly though in the next
Yeah.
Thor
Just
movie.
like what happened with
So-
Sally. Yeah.
Yeah. Except Sally didn't get a prologue with somebody
No.
explaining how she worked out.
But weirdly, Gore the God Butcher was in that Peanuts series.
Really underutilized.
Wow, now I gotta read that.
Really
story.
underused in that Peanuts thing too.
It's true.
Yeah.
All right. Well, if you think of any others, just chime in. But what happens next? So up to this point, Long John has been sitting on this door that leads into the kitchen, and now he hops off of it and he grabs a crutch, and it is revealed to us and to Jim and Gonzo, but I guess not Rizzo because he's still eating the chicken, that Long John Silver is a one-legged man. And he notices their shock right away. He says, "Oh, lost that timber fighting brigands in Madagascar under Admiral Hull." And then that's where this clip
Wow.
ends.
We'll never
weird.
know.
Yeah.
Admiral
So
Halsey
somebody,
notified me. Yeah.
I think somebody, was this on the Discord? Somebody mentioned the possibility of like, are they shocked to see a man who is missing a leg, or are they shocked because he's the man with one leg that they've been warned about?
I think it's probably the latter, right?
I think,
Right.
yeah, I
They've
think
been
it
specifically
has
warned
be.
to watch out for
Yeah.
such a
Yeah,
person.
Billy Bones told them that the dangerous person to look out for is a man with one leg, and this is the first one-legged man
Yeah.
they've come
Yeah.
across since that warning. So, yeah. I have a couple things from the DVD commentary. This scene was the first thing they shot with the ship set on gimbals, rocking it back and forth to make it seem like it was on the water. And everyone in the cast and crew took seasick pills to adjust to the rocking of the ship. But because it was their first time taking seasick pills, it made everybody sleepy. So Brian Henson says the whole cast and crew was struggling to stay awake
Funny.
during this scene.
Huh.
Yeah. I can't really tell. Like, it doesn't look like Tim Curry and Kevin Bishop are about to fall asleep, but that's what they're going
I
through.
remember really liking not being able to see his leg because we had the Forrest Gump VHS, which had the
Yeah.
bonus feature VHS attached to it, which had like a making of 30-minute thing, and it was all about getting rid of Gary Sinise's leg in it. And I was like, oh my gosh, they must have blue screened his leg out, which I don't think is the case for the majority of this movie. I think it's only in like one or two shots, it looks like.
Right. I think there's at least one shot where they do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is my other note from the DVD commentary. In most of these shots, Tim Curry's real leg is just like he's just holding it up and it's strapped behind him, which Brian Henson says was very uncomfortable, which is why they tried to avoid any shots showing Long John's entire body as much as they could.
Makes sense.
Yeah, and then from the June 1st, 1994 draft of the screenplay, there is one big departure, which I think we may have alluded to before. There's no Polly Lobster in that draft. Instead, Long John actually has a parrot, and the parrot's name is Stevenson. And he insists that his full name is Robert Louis Stevenson, and he is not happy with the changes that they're making to his book.
Sure.
Long John
Right.
says he's fallen off his perch a few times and he thinks he's an English novelist. But Stevenson is complaining, like, no, this is wrong. There's only Jim Hawkins in the book. There's no rat. There's no geek. And then at the end of the scene, Stevenson says, and they're puppets, John. Where are their puppets in my story?
I think that's funnier if the Gonzo as Charles Dickens thing didn't exist.
Yeah.
I bet that's why they took it out.
Yeah.
Because
we did it.
To have a character
Yeah.
claiming to be the author of the story.
And we should note that Bruce Lanoil does play Stevenson the Parrot in the CD-ROM game.
So a version of that idea made it into the CD-ROM.
It was too good. They said, we can't get rid of this. This idea is too good. It's gold.
We got to keep it.
Maybe they had already built the puppet.
We didn't. I don't think we talked about Polly being Kevin Clash, did we? Because
I don't think so.
I mean, we talked about him when Black Dog showed up and all that, but this is his probably most prominent character in this movie that he voices himself, because he does a lot of the performing for Frank Oz's characters when Frank was not on set. But he gets to actually be Polly Lobster, and he sounds like cool, tough Elmo, and I love that about him.
This is one of his, all the performers kind of have a few types of voices that they tend to use and reuse. And this is kind of like the gruff guy, Kevin Clash voice.
But it's also high, so it sounds like Elmo being a gruff guy. It's not, because Black Dog was his gruff guy voice. That was like the Leon.
You're right.
Voice or whatever.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Huh. Yeah.
I mean, he's funny. The three pirates in this movie are all very funny. Has Mad Monty been introduced yet?
Nope. Haven't seen him yet.
No.
Haven't seen Clueless yet either.
Okay.
They kind of ran by in the background when the heroes were boarding the ship, but we haven't been formally introduced to them.
They haven't said anything. Yeah.
Sure.
So that's all I have. Anything else on these 2 minutes, Patrick, starting with you?
No, I mean, I think Tim Curry's really good in this movie. He is I feel like people online talk about him in that he's treating it the same way that Michael Caine does, which he's not. He's a lot sillier than Michael Caine is. But everyone online is he's treating them like he's in a serious movie, and he's not really, He is being a little over the top more so than even the normal Tim Curry thing.
Right.
That's funny. The sort of meme that I usually see is that Michael Caine treated Christmas Carol as a serious production, and Tim Curry was acting like he was just another Muppet.
Sure,
right. Yeah, which we discussed last week. Listeners will no doubt.
But he's really good in it.
But he's really good in it.
Yeah.
He's so fun in the movie.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Did you guys?
It's perfect for the tone of this.
Have you guys talked about the Planet Hollywood auction yet?
No, we have not. No.
Do you know about this?
Yeah.
Either I forgot or I don't know.
So they auctioned off the Smollett outfit, and they auctioned off the fancy Long John red jacket and hat. And look, I was in the bidding for a while.
When was this?
This was like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago.
Oh
this was
wow!
Extremely recent. I was keeping up, and then I believe the Long John went for $22,000, and I was long out way before that.
Wow.
Excuse me, Long John went for 15. Kermit, the Smollett one, went for 22.
Oh, the little Kermit size costume went for more than the Tim Curry costume. Who paid $22,000 for a Kermit costume?
I don't know.
And is it somebody we know?
I'm sure it is. I am positive it is. Yeah. Did I win something in the auction? Yes. Was it a Muppet thing? No. But I do feel like you guys would both appreciate what I won.
Are you going to tell us, or is this?
Is this something you posted on social media?
I have not posted. I have not told anyone what it is. I posted that I won something, but I have not told anyone what it is. And I'll tell you. Are you guys familiar with the 1994 Charles Grodin movie Clifford?
Of course.
I am familiar with it. I regret to admit I've never seen it.
I'm delighted to admit that I've seen it a dozen times.
Great. I think Ryan would like it.
I think you would too.
I'm sure I would. I have no doubt I would.
Yeah.
Oh, you should watch it.
I think you'd like it.
Anthony, do you remember when Clifford, the titular character, wants to go to Dinosaur Land, and he makes his Uncle Martin pull over at a gas station?
Sure.
And then he gets into another car.
Switches
clothes with the other guy?
Yeah.
And he gets into the dinosaur costume?
Yeah.
Well, you're looking at the proud owner of that dinosaur costume.
That rules. A movie that features, to bring it back to the premise of this podcast, a movie that features not one but two Muppet movie villains, because Dabney Coleman is Grodin's boss.
Oh, sure, you're right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, that rules, Patrick. That is radical.
They also had a Dinosaur Land ride car.
Yeah.
Like one of the ones
One
that
of
he
the ones
gets
that
into at
actually
the
rides
end.
in to go see Larry the Scary Rex.
Yes, and I was really considering. I was like, do I finally get a storage space? And, and the ride car goes in the storage space, but I did not. I did not do it.
Oh man, congratulations!
I knew at least one of you would appreciate that. So
yeah, I'm amazed you didn't see Clifford back in the day. Like, it weirdly was on the Disney Channel all the time. That's like when I became a Clifford guy.
I don't know how I didn't see it back then.
Yeah.
But I've heard a lot about this Dinosaur Land thing on Podcast The Ride, which I know several of our friends and fellow listeners also listen to that one. So
yes, they were the first people that I told that I won.
Okay.
Is that right?
I was like, I was like, ugh, guys, you're the only ones who will care about this.
Yeah.
Also, Ryan, when you ever do get around to it, there are not one but two main feed episodes of Blank Check covering Clifford.
Mm-hmm.
It's the only movie they've covered twice on the main feed.
Whoa!
It was a Ben's choice, and then Tom Sharpling wanted to come on and talk about it, so he did.
Because Tom owns the Clifford outfit. He owns his regular suit.
Right?
Outfit.
Yeah. He's
something I also noticed while I was watching this movie. I feel like this movie has the most visible puppeteers in it.
Yeah.
Oh, you think so?
I know 2 or 3 instances of very visible people in it, and there was one that I had never noticed. It's in the last song, and if you're looking at the screen on the right side of the ship, almost at the last second, you just fully see a woman. You fully see a female puppeteer. It's in the last couple seconds, and then when they're fighting, I think it's under Angel Marie when they're fighting on the beach. But it was something that I noticed while I was watching it where I was like, I feel like you don't get this good a glimpse at people.
Were you watching on Disney Plus?
No, I was watching on my Blu-ray, Ryan. Come on!
Just checking, because sometimes the explanation for those things is that it was improperly matted and we're not supposed to see that much of the frame.
Yeah, no, Blu-ray.
So, okay, yeah, wow. I'll have to keep an eye out for that.
Yeah. But I like this movie. Just to give you my final thoughts on it, I like this movie. I think it's fun. I'm sure it's because I was the perfect age when it came out. But I do really enjoy it. So I hope other people do too.
Yeah. And we were joking about, I don't know if you actually have any thoughts about Mr. Bimbo, but
I do have thoughts on Mr. Bimbo. I think Mr. Bimbo is funny. I think it's really funny. I think it's very dumb. But I think the people...
You're right about that.
Thank you. Yeah. I think when people say, ugh, it's too dumb for Fozzie, my response is, that's not Fozzie, that's young Squire Trelawney.
No, right, and I get that.
Playing...
I get that, yeah. Okay. I just wish I thought
it's
it was
very
funny,
dumb.
Yeah.
I think it's funnier than Fart Shoes.
That's where we part ways, but I respect it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Fart Shoes is also 2 jokes, I think that's the difference.
Of course. Sure.
Fozzie does other things in that movie.
That's true. Okay, Anthony, any thoughts on these 2 minutes?
I have a bunch of stuff from this to open up the strange case, if we're ready for that.
Sure.
So I wanted to talk a little bit about the introduction between Jim and Long John Silver in the book.
Okay.
So like I said last week, Squire Trelawney's letter tells Jim that Long John is an honorable man with 1 leg. So before he meets him, he knows that Long John has 1 leg, but because Squire Trelawney is vouching for him, assumes him not to be the man Captain Bones talked about.
But does he comment I thought it was unusual that this was going to be a 1-legged man, but...
He doesn't say anything to him about it. The narration says that it was in the letter, Oh,
okay.
But he also does not address Jim as Master Hawkins. That's from the movie. He says, So here's what's in the book. Jim says, Mr. Silver, sir, I asked, holding out the note. Yes, my lad, said he. Such is my name, to be sure. And who may you be? And then, as he saw the squire's letter, he seemed to give something almost like a start. Oh, said he, quite loud and offering his hand. I see, you are our new cabin boy. Pleased I am to see you. So it's just It's much more straightforward. You know, like I feel like the movie version is more like important to the plot. I feel like in the book when they meet, it's just kind of like, okay, whatever, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. This is actually the beginnings of the connection between Long John and Jim in the movie.
Yes, they really do build it up. And then the other thing is when Polly Lobster introduces himself, he says, pieces of 8, pieces of 8.
Oh, yeah, I kind of skipped over that.
We didn't talk about, but that's from the book. Long John's pet parrot says pieces of 8 often.
Oh.
And a piece of 8 is a Spanish dollar. So it could just be any coin. It's just, you know, whatever. Stevenson just liked the way that one sounded, so he assigned him pieces of 8 as a catchphrase. But according to the book, to the annotated Treasure Island, this Treasure Island is why we associate pieces of 8 with pirates. Like, it's something Stevenson just chose.
Oh, sure.
It's also not coincidentally, but it's also the name of a Styx album, which is the one with the Renegade on it. And
oh, wow.
And my Uncle Brad gave me his copy of that when I was a kid. So that's why it sticks in my mind. I had it on vinyl. I don't know if I still do.
Sticks in your mind.
That's why it sticks in my mind.
Yes.
Yeah. I did listen. I'll admit that I listened to The Grand Illusion more often. The one with Come Sail Away on it. Which my Uncle Brad also gave me. Thanks, Brad.
Oh, nice.
But the other thing I wanted to say is that parrots really were a common pet for pirates, because they are easier to keep and feed than mammals would be. So they were like an easy thing to keep on the ship. And that's from the annotated Treasure Island.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Lobsters, obviously not, but yeah. So there's
it's
my
hard
notes.
to take a dog for a walk around the ship when you're just stuck on a small ship with limited space.
Exactly.
Yeah. Huh. That's cool. Okay, then, Patrick, we ask all our guests 2 questions. The first one is, what is your history with this movie? We've talked about that a little bit, but remember the first time you saw it, etc.?
Yeah, I think I saw it in theaters. I don't specifically remember seeing it in theaters, but I feel like I had to have, because I was such a little, I feel safe to say it here, a little Muppet freak. I know that's a rarity on this show. But yeah, I feel like I had to have seen it in theaters. And if not, for some reason, we definitely had it on VHS. I feel like we had it on VHS. My grandparents had it on VHS. My aunt and uncle had it on VHS. Like, it was one of those ones that, like, no matter where I went, I could have watched it, you know? So yeah, no, it was just it was an omnipresent thing in my life. The McDonald's toys were our bath toys for a very long time. Yeah. I think they had little like squirt guns that came out.
The Kermit one, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So we definitely used those for a very, very long time. Yeah.
All right. And then the second question, where do you rank it among all the Muppet movies?
Oof, that's a good question. I bet it's higher than you'd think. Let's think. I think my order is... I know I've done this before. Wait, let me see if I can find, because I'm pretty sure I've actually done this before, and I bet it has not changed. Okay, here we go. Wow. Okay. My order: The Muppet Movie, Great Muppet Caper, Muppets from Space, Muppet Treasure Island, The Muppets, Muppet Most Wanted, Muppets Take Manhattan. I would move Muppets Take Manhattan higher up. And then Spacebar, 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 The Muppets Christmas Carol.
Wow.
So it's sort of in the middle.
Yeah, okay.
Sure.
It's probably, I would say, maybe 5th. If I moved Muppets Take Manhattan up, I just saw it in a movie theater this weekend. I saw it at the New Bev, Tarantino's theater. And it was such a good screening that it made me reconsider my feelings on the movie in general. Huh. Because it was never one that I really liked that much. And I really enjoyed watching it this time.
That's great.
Yeah, so it's probably 4th or 5th. Is my guess.
Seeing any of them with an audience too is really that's the best way to see them.
Yeah, it was definitely one I had never seen in the theater. I don't think so. It was a new experience.
All right, that's great. Yeah, that's an unusual ranking, I would say, but yeah,
it is. It is weird,
but nice.
Yeah, that's from 2 years ago. I feel like I would adjust them a little bit, but that's basically.
Well, we'll ask you again if you come back next season. So. You have time to rethink it. Okay.
I have time to put Muppets from Space at number 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to do it. Take the bold stance.
Choice. Then, with that, we will wrap things up for this week. Patrick, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
As always, thanks to Morgan Davy for our show's logo. Listeners, you can find Tough Pigs on the internet at toughpigs.com, and we're all over social media as well as Patreon and TeePublic. You can also join the conversation on the Tough Pigs Discord server and let us know what you think of this podcast, this episode, this movie by emailing us at movingrightalong@toughpigs.com. I am on Letterboxd at Movies Are Neat. I've recently been watching through the Paranormal Activity movies, so you can see what I think about those. And Anthony is on Letterboxd at Zeppo Marxist. I am on Blue Sky at Me Ryan Rowe, and Anthony is on Blue Sky at Durwood Clapper. Patrick, it's true. The best Muppet. It's the namesake of Anthony's Blue Sky handle.
Oh my god.
Truly only because Zeppo Marxist was taken when I signed up for Blue Sky.
Sorry.
Patrick, tell
that's the goal. Like it's not like I want people to nod solemnly and be like, yes,
no.
Yes, of course.
Or most people would just be confused. But
yes. Almost every single person in the world would be confused. There's maybe 30 people that would not be, and 3 of them are on this call right now.
It's true.
Patrick, where can people find you and your work online?
You can find me on Instagram at Cotnoir, Cotnoir, on Twitter, or X, formerly Twitter, whatever you want to call it, at Patrick Cotnoir. I'm on Blue Sky. I think that's at Patrick Cotnoir. Those are the big social media ones. As far as work, the George Lucas Talk Show, you can watch all of it on YouTube. We're also doing a bunch of touring shows coming up. I don't know when this comes out, so I'll just let you find it out on your own.
Sounds good.
There's also a documentary about the show called I'm George Lucas, a Connor Ratliff Story, that is doing festivals and screenings all around the country right now and should be available to the public soon.
That'll be a rental probably when that is released.
Probably a rental.
Great.
I'm pushing the hardest I've ever pushed for anything for a physical release.
Ooh.
So we'll see how that works out. But
Okay.
Yeah,
that's great.
Yeah.
All right, then. Yes, everybody follow Patrick and the George Lucas Talk Show in all those places. And everybody, please tell everyone you know to listen to this podcast. Tell the cabin boys, tell the ship's cook, tell all the lobsters that you know. And join us again next week for another episode of Moving Right Along. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
I thought Anthony was going to say Pieces of 8.
I should have said Pieces of 8. I
thought about it, and then I thought, no, I'll let Anthony do that.
Can I just say
start,
it again? Can I just
start
say
up a new recording and do it.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Do it. Say it again. Say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Pieces of 8. Pieces of 8.
There was such a long pause that I was like, is he waiting for me to say?
I was waiting for you because you said goodbye.
Sorry. Ryan, go ahead.
Okay.
It's fine.
Now, at this point, this is probably going after the end
Let's
of
just
the
put
theme
this in.
song
Let's
at
just
the
leave
end,
this in. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Pieces of 8. Pieces of 8.
There it is. We did
Muppets
it.
are great, you guys.